Good evening, dear viewers of Royal Television, and welcome to yet another edition of Sports Box only on Royal Television. Mind you, today we are coming with exciting fixtures when it comes to the Cup of Cameroon in the Northwest and Southwest region. Why not the inauguration of the new Fekafoot building out there in Quartier Wada in Yaoundé, to talk about the best foreign player when it comes to the Algerian League. Mind you, it's a Cameroonian. We go on this breather. When we come back, we tell you the details of the story. Oh yes, you are welcome back to Sports Box with me, Kusona Claudia Voma. And mind you, it's just a kind reminder that Sport Box gets to you every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays as from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is with me and Nguni Sonita for this program. First, let's bring you to the Southwest region to talk about the Cup of Cameroon. It is Cameroon Cup o'clock for our viewers, and mind you, in the Southwest region, match day 1 of the preliminary rounds of the Cup of Cameroon is ending today here in Boya, with 3 games to actually crown that fixture. Games at the University of Boya pitch, and why not the explanade of the Moliko Omnisport Stadium, where they will be hosting games like LX Sport and Summer Sports Academy, and why not the likes of Sinodev. Mind you, match day 1 of this same preliminary rounds, where we had the likes of Al Jazeera Sports Academy, who took on Boya United Sports Academy. It was a 0 for both teams, but ended up in a penalty where Al Jazeera had to carry on the day with 8 penalty scores over the 7 penalty gained by Boya United. And we still had the likes of Mount Cameroon Football Club and Fako United, where it ended in a 1-0 win in favor of Mount Cameroon. Still first day of the preliminary rounds of the Cup of Cameroon in the Southwest region. We have the likes of Legend Football Academy, who actually suffered a 4-2 penalty win against the Boya Bay side, Boya City. Still there, we had in Kumba the likes of APF Football Academy, who took on Option Sports Academy out there, and it was 5 for Option Sports and 0 and 1 for APF Football Academy, all the way from Tombe. And in Boya today, we have the likes of Summer Sports Academy, who will be hosting LX Sports Sports Academy from Limbe, and the likes of Sinodev, who will be there with Kumba Lakers at the Moliko Omnisport Stadium. By the end of today, we will get the qualified team so far for the Cup of Cameroon. But so far, we have the likes of Options, Boya City, Mount Cameroon, and why not Al Jazeera, who have sailed through. Mind you, tomorrow at the Fekafoot head office, as reported by the Secretary General, we will have the parents for the second preliminary rounds. That is tomorrow, 15th May 2026, at the Fekafoot building here in Boya, who will have the draws for the second round of this same competition. We take you over to the unofficial classification of the Southwest Regional League. Mind you, it is over for the group stages, and we have already 8 teams qualified for the Southwest Mini Interpool. And mind you, these 8 teams are already qualified for next year's Super League. We told you the system from the next season is going to change. It will no longer be the Regional and Divisional League, but it's going to be the Divisional League, the Regional League, and the Super League. 8 teams, that is the 2 teams that have already qualified per pool for the regional mini interpools, are automatically qualified for the Super League next season, and the 2 best thirds according to the 4 pools will join these 8 teams to make it 10 teams to the Super League. And mind you, for these unofficial classifications, in Pool A, where we had the likes of Fako United, Kamjo Talented, Best Stars Academy, Boya United, and Rising Stars, we have a Fako United and Talented who have qualified in this poll for the regional mini interpools. For Fako United qualified first, and later on Talented Football Academy joined them. So these two teams in Pool A have actually qualified for the next round. And in Pool B, where we had the likes of Elexport, Sinodef, Mount Cameroon Football Club, Al Jazeera, Ates, and the likes of Dream Soccer Academy, where we see Elexport and Sinodef sailed through in that pool as first and second respectively. And in Pool C, we had the likes of Summer Sports Academy, Boya City, Option Sports, Destiny Restoration, Manu United, where we see Summer Sports Academy and the likes of Boya City sail through to the regional mini interpools. And in Pool D, where it is termed the Meme and Manu pool, we had the likes of Manu United, Legend Football Academy, Future Dreams, Kumba Lakers, Wasipito, and why not APF Football Academy, the newcomers who are based in Tombe. And in that pool, we have the likes of Manu United and Legend, who have actually sailed through to the next stages of that one. That was it when it comes to the Cameroon Cup and the unofficial classification of the Southwest Regional League. It is Fako United, it is Talented Football Academy, it is Boya City, why not the likes of Summer Sports Academy, Elexport, Sinodev, Legend, Manu United, who have actually sailed through as the last 8. The other teams have been relegated, let's say, not actually been relegated, but they are left in the Regional League, while these teams move forward to the next stage, which is the Super League. Super League is not easy, because if you are not prepared, like we told you the last time, psychologically, physically, mentally, especially financially, to take charge in or to take part in the regional Super League, mind you, you will not be able, because you're going to travel. It will be a one-man pool system. That is, all teams will be placed under one pool. All teams will play each other, and the first team definitely qualifies for the interpool. No more mini interpools, mind you. It is going to be a tough one. Players who were craving to play, they are going to play. They will get tired. It is not easy, I tell you. I've been in that situation, and I know what it means to place all teams under one pool. That is going to be the new format for regional leagues all over the national territory. Let's take you to the Northwest region. Yes. Let's take you to the Northwest region, and let's first talk about the unofficial classification of the Northwest Regional League. The Northwest Regional League. It is also something to talk about, but before we take you to the unofficial classification, we are first going to talk about match day 7 of the Northwest Regional League. While the Southwest has played 10 days, the Northwest is still at the 7th day. Mind you, the league is also crowded like that of the Southwest region, where we see teams also battling to be among the teams to qualify for the Regional Super League. But that notwithstanding, match day 7 saw the likes of Abakwa Sports Academy, who took on Grafi United. It was 2 on either side, that is 2 for Grafi and 2 for Abakwa Sports Academy. And also that same day we had the likes of Nkwen FC, who took on Kilum Mountains. That is 1 goal in favor of Nkwen Football Club, and it was 0 for Kilum Mountains. Still at match day 7 of the Northwest Regional League, we had the likes of Option Sports of Bamenda, who took on Rockland FC, and it was a humiliating one for Rockland, because it was 4 for Option Sports and 0 for Rockland. We had the likes of Kumbu Strikers, who took on Ngefa of Womb. It was also a one to talk about, because we saw both sides, and also seen Ngefa of Womb having a comeback to win that game against Kumbu Strikers. It was 2 for Ngefa of Womb. Why it was 3 for Ngefa of Womb, and why not 2 for Kumbu Strikers. We still had the likes of Hilltop Strikers, where they they had to silence Samisa by 4-2 in that one. And also to tell you that in that same encounter or that same match, the 7, we had the likes of Ashiko Football Academy, who actually took on Aitambong Sports Academy. And Aitambong, mind you, while their female team is progressing, therefore the National Female Guinness Super League, we also have the likes of their male team silencing teams in the Northwest region. Ashiko FC took on Aitambong of Nkambe, and it was actually 2 goals for Aitambong and 0 for Ashiko Football Academy. And to crown match day 7, we had the likes of Dream Team. They represented the Northwest region in the just ended Interpools that was held in Yaoundé last season, where they didn't qualify, they didn't sail through to gain qualification into the MTN Elite 2 Championship. Menu, they came back to prepare and to see if they can still represent the Northwest region, and it was actually 1 goal in favor of Dream Team and 0 for My Soccer Football Academy. Let's talk about the complete results of the Cameroon Cup in the Northwest region. They also had the first preliminary rounds for the qualification for the Cup of Cameroon, that is the national level. We had the likes of many teams who took part in this one. In the Northwest region, we had almost all teams participate in this same pairings, that is the Cameroon Cup, while in the Southwest region, we had teams who did not actually show interest to take part in this one. But in the Northwest region, we saw a lot of teams who participated in this. Just to start with Graphic Sports Academy, who actually took the lead to qualify for the second round, that is the second preliminary round of the Cup of Cameroon in the Northwest region, where they took on Ashiko Football Academy, beating Ashiko there by 2-0, and the likes of Option Sports, who actually silenced Momo United by 3-0. We also had the likes of Rockland FC, who actually lost that second round qualifications to Ngefa of Wum, and the likes of Rising Stars of Tuba, who actually beat Okada Union by 2-1 to see the next stage. Young Sport Academy actually had a 2-2 all with Bafu United, but the match was interrupted during penalty shootout. That game is still to be played. And the likes of Sima Football Academy, who actually gained the second round qualifications by beating St. Michael Sports Academy by 2-1. Also in that light, we have Abakwa Sports Academy, who actually lost the second round by to All Stars Football Academy, where they were beaten by 4-1. Also, the Pride of Mancon, like they call them, Mancon United Football Club, actually sailed through to the next stage by beating Grassfield United by 3-1. And the Elite Sports Academy saw the second stage at their doorstep, where they silenced Maripi Sports Academy by 2-1, and the likes of Nkwen United, who actually lost by 2-1 to Rainbow FC. And to tell you, the last 2 teams who actually crowned these first preliminary rounds of the Cup of Cameroon in the Northwest region, we have the likes of Dream Team and Aitambong, who joined the other teams to sail through to the next round. Let's move straight to the unofficial classification of the Northwest Regional League. Northwest was also divided into 4 pools like the Southwest region, Pool A to D, and it is still a match day 7 for them, but at that level we still have the gap between the first teams and other teams. While other teams are having 0-1 point, we have teams with 18 points, like the Pride of Mancon, like we call them. Let's take you to Bamenda to talk about the unofficial classification after match day 7. And in Pool A, where we have the likes of Option Sports, who is topping that group there with 16 points. He has actually won 5 games, drawn 1 and lost 0. Followed there, we have Okada Union with 11 points, and the likes of Bafut United, who comes there with 8 points. Rainbow FC followed their 4th position with 7 points. Rockland FC 6 points. Abakwa Sports Academy 5 points. Graphi Sports Academy 5 points, and the Early Bets, who actually are bottom of that group with 1 point. Take you to Pool B, where we have the likes of Dream Team FC, who are topping that group. It is actually 16 points for them. My Soccer Center comes second with 13 points. All Stars Football Academy goes there with 11 points. The likes of Momo United with 10 points. Ndonga Mantung sits 5th with 6 points. Family Warriors with 2 points, and Elite Sport sits 7th with 1 point. And in Pool C, where we have the combative spirit of these teams, where Rising Stars is actually topping that one after 7 days of play. That is 17 points for Rising Stars. Aitambong follows suit with 14 points. Ngefa of Wom sits 3rd with 12 points. The likes of Ashiko Football Academy, who sits with 10 points. At the 5th position, we have the likes of Kumbu Strikers, 9 points. Young Sports Academy follows there with 7 points. Vision Sports Academy, 4 points. And to crown that group, we have Grace of Hope, who sits there with 2 points. And to crown it all, in the Group D of the Northwest Regional League, after match day 7, we have the Pride of Mancon, who actually are sitting on 6 on 6. It is 18 points for them. Quen FC follows with 15 points. The likes of Hilltop Strikers with 6 points. St. Michael Sports Academy sitting 4th with 6 points. Smurf there with 6 points. Grassfield United 6 points. Kilum Mountains with 6 points. Just to tell you that the Group D is something to talk about. It is a very, very difficult one when it comes to Group D in the Northwest region after 7 days of play. Aside from Mancon United, who actually sits there with 18 points, it is 6 on 6 for them, followed by Quen FC. You see the other teams that follow, the next 6 teams that follow, are sitting with 6 points. Just to tell you how tough that group is. Or can we say Mancon is actually the king of the group? Or what can we say? I don't know what to say. Let's take you to the national level, where we already have the national pairings for the Cameroon Cup. And mind you, at the national level, aside the regions being qualified, they have already drawn it up to know who is going to face who. That is the teams from the MTN Elite 2 and why not the MTN Elite 1. They already know who they are going to take on. So first there we have the likes of Aigle Royal of Mongo, who will be waiting for the 6th team to qualify in the Central region for the Cameroon Cup, and the likes of Athletic Sports Academy of Kribi, who is going to play the 3rd team to qualify in the Central region. Avion Academy is going to play Center 1, that is the 1st team to qualify in the Central region. Coton Sport of Garua will play the 8th team to qualify in the Central region, and AS Fortuna will face Garua-based Krimi Football Academy. Les Astres of Douala will face the 1st team to qualify in the Far North region. The likes of APG Sonfu, who will face the 1st team to qualify in the Southwest region. Union Sportive of Douala will face the 2nd team to qualify in the Central region. Tonnerre Kalara Club will face the 2nd team to qualify in the Northwest region. AS FAP of Yaoundé will face AS Dauphine of Douala. The likes of Bafmen United will face Girondin FC of Garoua. Sable de Bache will face AS La Fortune of Douala. And the likes of FC Yaoundé they will face Renaissance FC. PWZ Social Club of Bamenda will face a 2% Bank, that is in the West region. Canon Sportif of Yaoundé will face Piment FC of the West region. Bamboutus of Buda will face Epevier of the South region, and the likes of Dynamo to face the Douala Baysides Oryx Club of Douala. Kumba City will face the 4th team to qualify in the Central region, and why not Ngokitunja United will face AS Ntong of the East region. The likes of Panther Sportive Junde will face FECO FC, and Union Sportive of Abombang will face Hemle of Douala. Aigle Royal de la Menua will face the 3rd team to qualify in the Northwest region. Racing Football Club of Douala will face their West counterpart, Fufu Club of Baham. The likes of the Southwest-based Victoria United will face Rizet de Noun, that is from the West region. Unisport of Bafang will face the 2nd team to qualify in the Southwest region. Likewise, Edingsport of Laleke, who will face the 3rd team of the Southwest region. The Center 5, that is the 5th team to qualify in the Central region, will face the 1st team to qualify in the Northwest region. Extreme Nord will face Degronde FC of Extreme Nord, and why not Fobazu Elite Club will face Mintak Giuseppe, that is from Garoua. And Stade Rena will face Orient Sports Academy. The likes of Colombe Sportive of Nja and Elobo will face International Sporting, while the Garoua Bayside Gazelle Football Academy will face the 7th team to qualify in the center region. That is the national combination, that is the pairings of the Cup of Cameroon when it concerns the MTN Elite 1 and the MTN Elite 2 Championship. We will go on this short breather, and when we come back, we take you straight to Yaoundé, where we'll be meeting sports lady Eyong Magdala, who is going to tell us how the atmosphere out there in Yaoundé looks like. Let's go on this breather. Yes, you are welcome back, and mind you, right now we are taking you to the center region in Yaoundé, most precisely in Quartier Wada, where we'll be meeting sports lady Eyong Magdala. Mind you, today is the 13th of May, where we have the inauguration of the new Feka Food building in Yaoundé. Eyong Magdala is there, and she tells us how the activity is actually going on. Let's take a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the official inauguration ceremony of Feka Food's new building. Today marks a historic day for the Cameroon Football Federation and of course Cameroonian football in general, as today Feka Food will be inaugurating and officially opening and showing to the world its new headquarters. They are moving away from Singa and down to Wada. The several dignitaries are expected to grace this occasion. The likes of the President of the African Football governing body. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe, who will be making his entrance here in a few minutes ahead. Of course, African football, international football stars who have equally been invited to this official ceremony. The likes of celebrated African footballer Yaya Touré, Emmanuel Adebayor, Togolese star El Hadj Diop from Senegal, and the basketball star Pascal Siakam is expected to be here as well. Yannick Noir, and you can name the rest. Several football stakeholders and dignitaries are with you. And many more are expected to be here to grace this event, which will officially kick off in the mid.
Voilà, le gars est à Paris. Ok, et tu penses quoi du nouveau siège justement? Il a fait quoi?
Non, non, c'est chic.
C'est chic.
C'est turcos.
Ok, turcos.
C'est petit pareil.
Tu joues au foot? Quel poste?
Latéral gauche.
Latéral gauche. Ah mon! Non, attends, fais d'abord du bruit pour la petite là. Ah, on est là, il est exactement 11h35 minutes. Voilà, on est en train de s'apprêter pour la grande caravane. Donc le point de départ c'est ici. On va passer par le carrefour Ouada, on va aller ensuite par le rond-point J'aime mon pays, ensuite la poste centrale, ensuite le monument de la réunification, il faut venir comme ça là, et enfin au stade des militaires. Bonjour, bonjour les gars, ça va? Ça va? Alors, les amoureux du foot. Le football camerounais, ça représente quoi pour toi ma chérie?
L'espoir.
L'espoir.
C'est un mood en fait.
C'est un mood?
C'est un mood.
Ah non, non. Ça c'est la première, elle est la première personne à dire ce qu'elle voulait entendre depuis. Tu t'appelles comment?
Marianne est là.
Bon, je te donne la possibilité de dire bonjour à quelqu'un, un de tes proches.
Coucou maman.
Ta mère, elle s'appelle comment?
Clarisse.
Maman Clarisse.
J'ai pu apercevoir le fier métaux. Celui d'Alec London, de toute
de cette rencontre aux côtés de son jeune frère. Samuel Eto'o qu'il n'a jamais lâché, il est toujours avec lui. On voit bien que ça conduit le football camerounais. Et le coup d'envoi est donné.
Et ces légendes-là sont à nous. Hésite, dans quelques secondes, ce match va prendre feu, comme on a l'habitude de dire. Hésite.
Est-ce que dans les bladeurs,
Merci à la grande famille de ceux qui ont décidé de ne pas tomber pour que ce pays reste uni et indivisible. Est-ce qu'on peut applaudir pour les...
That is actually the atmosphere out there in the Central region when it comes to the inauguration of the Fecafoot headquarters in Katewada in Yaoundé. And mind you, Fecafoot opens its new headquarters, and it's actually a historic ceremony for Cameroonian football, where we have the likes of international foreign players like El Hadji Diop of Senegal, Yaya Toure of Togo, the likes of the Nigerian international, just to name a few. Just to tell you how this is very symbolic to Cameroonians, and the CAF president, who is a special guest in the person of Dr. Patrice Moussepe, with Nassis Mwele Kombi representing the president out there. Mind you, the Cameroonian Football Federation, Fecafoot, has officially inaugurated its brand new headquarters in Yaoundé, in what many observers are describing as one of the most symbolic moments in the recent history of Cameroonian football. Located in the Wada neighborhood of Yaoundé, the modern building was officially unveiled during a grand ceremony attended by top state authorities, African football leaders, former football legends and sports personalities, entertainers and hundreds of football supporters from across the country. The inauguration marks the end of a project that lasted more than 14 years and equally signals the beginning of a new administrative era for football management in Cameroon. Activities surrounding the inauguration officially began on Tuesday with a series of events organized by Fecafoot to celebrate what the federation described as a historic achievement for Cameroonian football. One of the major highlights of the pre-inauguration ceremony was a solidarity walk organized through the streets of Yaoundé. The event attracted football supporters, youth groups, sports stakeholders and Fecafoot officials, who all marched together in an atmosphere filled with music, excitement and national pride. Participants carried banners, wore Fecafoot colors and celebrated growth of Cameroonian football, while calling for unity and collective support for the future of the game in the country. The Solidarity Walk was intended not only as a celebration but also as a symbol of togetherness within the football family at a time when Cameroonian football continues to seek stability, development and renewed international success. Following the walk, celebrations continued at the Yaoundé Military Stadium, where football lovers witnessed a gala match involving former football stars and invited personalities. A gala match reunited several iconic figures who have shaped the history of Cameroonian football over the years. Among those present were legendary football former Indomitable Lions captain Roger Mila, former national team coach Rigobert Song, ex-Arsenal midfielder Alexandre Song, and former international defender in the person of Stéphane Bia, and why not JJ Okocha and El Hadji Diop. The presence of these football icons created emotional moments for supporters who had the opportunity to once again see some of the country's greatest football heroes together on the same pitch. The event equally served as a reminder of Cameroonian rich football heritage and the important role football continues to play in uniting people across generations and backgrounds. Beyond the football activities, organizers transformed the ceremony into a major national celebration, with entertainment playing a central role throughout the evening. A giant music concert held at the military stadium attracted thousands of spectators as several Cameroonian artists entertained the crowd with live performances. The atmosphere reflected both celebration and optimism as supporters danced and celebrated the official birth of what many are already calling the new home of Cameroonian football. Music, football and culture blended together to create a festival-like atmosphere that lasted late into the evening ahead of Wednesday, today's official inauguration ceremony. Wednesday today then witnessed the main event as high-profile guests from Cameroon, Africa and beyond gathered in Yaoundé for the official opening of the Federation's headquarters. The ceremony was presided over by the Cameroon's Prime Minister, Chief Dr. Joseph Diongute, representing the President alongside the Prime Minister of Sports and Physical Education, the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, mind you, Professor Nassis Muele Kombi. Also present was the President of the Confederation of African Football, Patrice Motsepe, whose attendance highlighted the continental significance of the event. CAF President Motsepe arrived in Cameroon the early hours in the evening and was welcomed by the FECAFOOT President Samuel Eto'o before taking part in the inauguration activities. Several African football personalities were also present. The sports world was also represented beyond football with NBA champion Pascal Siakam and international tennis legend Yannick Noah among personalities associated with the celebration. The arrival of these international sport figures further elevated the prestige of the ceremony and underlined Cameroon's influence within African sports. At the center of the event stood FECAFOOT President Samuel Eto'o, whose administration successfully completed the long-delayed project after years of stagnation and uncertainty. Samuel Eto'o has something to say, and while we take a listen, we also learn from what he had to tell the spectators. Let's take a listen.
Représentant personnel de son Excellence, Monsieur Paul Biya, entamer mon propos de vous prier, de vous lever pour 1 minute de silence, car pendant mon premier mandat et la première année du deuxième mandat, nous avons perdu des collègues. Je vous prie donc de vous lever et d'observer 1 minute de silence. Merci. Excellence, Monsieur le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement, aux représentants du président, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, les ministres, membres du gouvernement, Elumeu, CEO UBA, ici représenté par ma belle-sœur. Excellence, Monsieur Albert Roger Mila, mon idole. Monsieur le Président de l'UNIFAC, Madame la Directrice de la Division des associations membres CAF, my boss lady. Monsieur Ahmad Ahmad, ancien président de la Confédération africaine de football. Cher aîné, merci pour tout ce que vous avez fait pour notre pays, le Cameroun, et pour moi en particulier. Merci. Leurs Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les ambassadeurs et chefs de mission diplomatiques, Monsieur le Président des fédérations africaines, chers collègues, chers aînés, merci. Merci d'être ces aînés. Merci d'être chez vous. Bienvenue chez vous. Monsieur les maires, Madame la première vice-présidente de la Fédération camerounaise de football, ma chère maman, Mesdames et Messieurs, membres du comité exécutif de la Fédération camerounaise de football, Mesdames et Messieurs, chers membres de l'Assemblée générale de la Fédération camerounaise de football, bienvenue chez vous. Chers lions indomptables, votre histoire, notre histoire, nous l'avons fait. Chères légendes, my dear big brother JJ Okocha, welcome home. Elle a dit Diouf, mon frère d'une autre maman, mon jumeau, mon frère Alassane Do, merci d'être le frère que tu es. Ma charmante maman, mon épouse, mon tout. Merci d'avoir été, d'être la maman que tu es pour moi, pour mes sœurs et pour mes frères. Grâce à toi, j'ai eu le privilège de rencontrer un homme unique, un visionnaire. J'étais encore footballeur, au sommet de mon art, l'un des meilleurs dans mon domaine. Invité par un grand enfant de notre continent, le président Motsepe. Il avait pris sur lui d'inviter Barcelone. J'étais donc joueur du FC Barcelone. C'était notre première rencontre. Monsieur le Président, votre fils, votre collègue du comité exécutif a fait beaucoup de kilomètres. Me voici donc devant vous, Monsieur le Président. Durant toute ma belle carrière à l'équipe nationale du plus beau pays au monde, notre pays, le Cameroun, j'ai connu plusieurs dirigeants, mais deux m'ont personnellement marqué. Et pour le premier, sans autre considération aucune, Monsieur le Premier ministre, représentant personnel du chef de l'État, je vais vous prier une fois de plus de vous lever et d'applaudir pour le président Iya Mohamed. Merci. Monsieur le Premier ministre, représentant personnel du chef de l'État, Iya Mohamed voyait beaucoup plus loin que son temps. Il est le début de ce beau rêve. Il a vu juste. Il a compris ce dont l'histoire de notre football avait besoin. Une administration à la hauteur des performances des Lions. Il nous a fallu plus de 14 ans. Et l'un de ces joueurs, ici devant vous, devenu président, a tenu à accomplir son rêve. Voici donc son rêve qui a vu le jour. Votre maison, notre maison. Il y a une autre personne, un autre dirigeant, lui en son temps, il était à la tête d'un comité provisoire. Il a permis à la fédération d'avoir des droits. Il a permis aux différents ministres des sports de comprendre jusqu'où ils devaient aller et surtout l'importance du football. Mesdames et messieurs, je de regretter mémoire. Oui, nous l'avons fait. Chers sponsors, vous êtes à mes côtés depuis le premier jour. Boisson du Cameroun, Orange, MTN, 1xBet, aujourd'hui, Bet Momo. Vous êtes là. Vous ne m'avez jamais abandonné. C'est votre maison. C'est votre exploit. Merci. Mon cher grand frère Tony Elumelo, je suis allé à Lagos car j'avais besoin d'argent. Regardez ici, on va manger, on va parler d'autre chose. Et à la sortie, il a permis à UBA de nous accompagner. Dites à mon grand frère, merci d'être le grand frère qu'il est pour moi. Merci. Mes chers collègues présidents, vous qui avez fait le déplacement, je voudrais dire à chacun de vous un merci que je suis. L'expérience. C'est de ça qu'il s'agit. Monsieur le capitaine, je ne l'avais jamais fait avant et l'occasion s'y prête. Je voudrais vous dire merci. Vous vous imaginez être le capitaine d'une équipe avec à sa tête Patrick Mboma, Laurent Etamemayer, Wemelen Aïe, Samuel Eto'o et beaucoup plus loin, capitaine Stéphane Bia, le maire de Toulouse, Alexandre Son, Raymond Kala. Vous l'avez bien fait. La preuve, nous avons gagné. Merci, capitaine. Chers parents, chers ministres, je m'arrêterai sur une seule personne, mais chacun de vous est intact. Chacun de vous a contribué à ça. Je voudrais vous dire merci. Monsieur, Son Excellence, Monsieur le ministre des Sports, cher aîné, Sawa, nous l'avons fait. Les enfants venus de l'eau l'ont fait. Nous l'avons fait ensemble. L'histoire retiendra qu'un père et un fils venus de Douala ont fait ceci. Nous partirons un jour, peu importe ce qui a pu se passer ou ne pas se passer, nous l'avons fait excellence. Merci. Chers membres du comité exécutif
That
de
is
l'Assemblée.
it. And speaking during the occasion, we had the president of the FECAFOOD who actually stood there and talked about the completion of this same activity. Speaking during the inauguration, we had Eto'o describe the completion of the building as a victory for the entire Cameroonian football community. He paid tribute to former FECAFOOD president Iya Mohamed, under whose leadership the project was initially launched shortly after the 2010 FIFA World Cup. According to reports, the construction process faced numerous setbacks over the years, including financial difficulties, administrative problems, and interruptions that slowed down the completion of the project. For several years, many football observers doubted whether the headquarters would ever be completed. However, FECAFOOD's current leadership pushed forward with efforts to finalize the structure, eventually delivering one of the Federation's most important infrastructural projects in recent history. The newly inaugurated building now becomes FECAFOOD's official administrative base, following the Federation's move from its historic headquarters in Tinga to the modern Wada complex. The infrastructure itself reflects FECAFOOD's ambitions to modernize football governance and improve professionalism within the Federation. Reports also indicate that the complex includes modern administrative offices, conference facilities, upgraded technical spaces, and additional infrastructure designed to improve the management and development of football activities in Cameroon. Some reports also mention accommodation facilities and hospitality spaces integrated within the complex to support visiting officials and Federation's operations. Observers believe that the modern infrastructure could significantly improve working conditions within the federation while also strengthening Cameroon's image in African football administration. The inauguration ceremony equally carried strong symbolic meaning for many football supporters. For years, Cameroonian football has experienced administrative tension, governance debates and criticism over infrastructure and organization. As a result, many supporters viewed the opening of the new headquarters as a message of renewal and ambition. The federation hopes to rebuild, and building will become more than just an office space, but rather a center for football development, innovation and long-term planning. The presence of CAF President Patrice Motsepe also reinforced Cameroon's strategic importance within African football. Motsepe has consistently encouraged African federations to invest in modern infrastructure and professional administration as part of efforts to strengthen football on the continent. His participation in the ceremony was therefore interpreted by many analysts as a sign of CAF's recognition of Cameroonians' efforts to modernize its football structures. Beyond the celebration and symbolism, the inauguration also arrives at a crucial period for Cameroonian football. The country continues preparation for several international competitions while expectations remain high for the Indomitable Lions and other national selections. Football stakeholders believe improved administrative organizations could contribute positively to better planning, talent development and stronger management of national football activities. Many supporters also hope the new headquarters will help improve coordination between FECAFOOT, clubs, regional leagues, players and technical staffs across the country. Throughout the inauguration, one message remained constant: the desire to build a stronger future for Cameroonian football. From the solidarity walk and gala march to the official ribbon-cutting ceremony and entertainment events, the celebration reflected pride, ambition and hope. For FECAFOOT officials, the completion of the headquarters represents proof that major football projects can still be achieved in Cameroon despite years of challenges. For supporters, it is a symbol of progress and a reminder of the country's enduring passion for football. And for African football observers, the inauguration stands as another sign of Cameroon's determination to remain one of the continent's leading football nations, both on and off the pitch. That is it for the inauguration of the new FECAFOOT building out there in Yaoundé. Yesterday and today we had the close of the ceremony. It is it is a passion, it is accomplishment for the federation, because mind you, this building started its construction, that is after the World Cup in South Africa in 2010, and up to date, only at the Samuel Eto's region we had the building finally complete. Just to tell you how hard work has been from the years of Iya Mohammed, the years Bidungpat, just to name a few, and to Samuel Eto's fees before we have that structure in front of you completed. Just to show you the hard work these people have put together just to have this ultra modern building at Yaoundé, Katwada, to be precise. Let's take you to Algeria. We are going to talk about Che Malone Fondo Jr. Mind you, he now plies his trade in the Algerian League from Tanzania, where he played for Simba Sport Club. He was also a man to talk about in the Tanzanian League, and still in Algeria, we still have a lot to talk about. Mind you, he just got an award, that is the DZ Best 2026 award, where he was named the best foreign player. Che Malone Fondo Jr. has been consistent when it comes to the African Champions League and why not the Confederation Cup, and playing the finals of the Confederations Cup for 2 consecutive seasons. seasons. Che Malon Fondo Jr. shines at the Confederations Cup first leg victory. The Cameroonian defender continues to make headlines in African football after adding another major achievement to his growing career, winning the Best Foreign Player Award in Algeria at the just ended prestigious DZ Best Awards. The recognition comes at a special moment for the Cameroonian star, who is also enjoying success at the continental stage following his club's important first-leg victory in the CAF Confederations Cup finals against Egyptian giants Zamalek SC. Che Malon played a key role during the crucial encounter in Nigeria as his side secured an important advantage ahead of this decisive return leg. His defensive solidity, composure and leadership throughout the competition have made him one of the standout performers of the tournament this season. The Cameroonian defender has been one of the pillars behind his club's impressive run in the CAF Confederations Cup finale, delivering consistent performances against some of Africa's strongest attacking sides. His contribution in the first leg against Zamalek once again highlighted why he is currently regarded as one of the best foreign players in the Algerian football. Calm under pressure and disciplined defensively, Che Malon helped his side maintain control during key moments of the match as they moved a step closer to the continental glory. The victory in Algeria now places his side in a strong position heading into the highly anticipated return leg against the Egyptian powerhouse. However, football observers believe the job is far from over as Zamalek remains one of Africa's most experienced clubs on the continental scene, especially when playing at home. Despite the challenge ahead, confidence remains high around Che Malon and his teammates following their impressive first-leg performance, as supporters are hopeful the Cameroonian defender can once again play a decisive role as the team seeks to secure the CAF Confederations Cup title. Away from the continental football, Che Malon's performances throughout the domestic season equally earned him widespread admiration in Algeria, eventually leading to his coronation as Best Foreign Player at the DZ Best Awards ceremony. The awards recognized his remarkable consistency, leadership and influence across the campaign, qualities that have made him one of the most respected defenders in the league. For Cameroonian football fans, Che Malon's rise continues to be a source of pride. His success, both domestically in Algeria and internationally in CAF competitions, reflects the growing impact of Cameroonian players across African football. Now standing just one match away from potentially lifting a major continental trophy, Che Malon's season could become even more historic if he and his teammates successfully complete the mission in the return leg against Zamalek. And as anticipation builds ahead of the decisive second leg, all eyes will once again be on the Cameroonian defender, whose performances continue to elevate his reputation across the continent. Mind you, lately Cameroonian players all over the world, that is international players, have had a great performance like Che Malon, we just talked about, the likes of Christopher Wu, why not, Ignatius Ganago, just to name a few out there. Their performances over the weekend and the likes of Baleba in England have been exceptional as they deliver what the fans, that is Cameroonian population, want to actually see from them. Goal scoring opportunities, delivering a good tactical play, and why not defensively, the likes of Boyomo, who risks to move to England this season, just to name a few. Mind you, Cameroonian players this year is something else. They are performing well. The feedback is perfect and more to talk about. That is actually what we gathered for you on Sport Sports Box today at Royal Television. Mind you, as a reminder, Sport Box comes to you every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays as from 5 to 6 p.m. And why not on Saturdays for weekend sports. It's with me, Kusona Claudia Voma, and Nguni Sonita. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, for News Hour is coming up at 6:30 p.m. with Frida Leina, who is going to be our presenter for today. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, stay glued as we wait for News Hour. Bye-bye.